This is my old channel. Throughout the years since 2020, I have brought it up in terms of my past and everything, and as of this video being uploaded, this channel has been deleted forever off of YouTube. However, before that, I decided to take a look back at pretty much every project that I had worked on for this channel, all the way up to the end of 2019 when I left. Going through 1 year alone took 4 hours, I'm not even kidding, and yes, I was absolutely cringing at a lot of points. So, because I figured that nobody wants to sit through a 4-hour video of me giving commentary on my old projects, and also, that is a nightmare to edit, and even more so of a bitch when I have to export it, I have decided to break off the different sessions of me watching my own content over the years so that it's quicker to get out the door, and that way I can turn these binge sessions into a full-length journey. So, without further ado, there will be some of these videos where it might have a little more quality than normal, from what I could tell, and yeah, so it pretty much, it is very much a case of like, I can basically just pinpoint when exactly, because I remember the specific day, I can pinpoint when exactly I stopped using Vivid Video and just moved to Shotcut for this. So anyway.
I love how editors, we could just like know that just from like the style change completely.
Yeah, I don't remember everything I did as an editor, but stuff like that is just like, yeah, I remember that very clearly. It's like not even a contest. Okay, so bit of backstory around this one. Like I said, I had gone into my senior year of high school. I was more like I was getting real big into like more music around rap and hip hop, and even back in the day, like writing lyrics and whatnot. And there was just a handful of songs that I was just like listening to where it's just like, you know what, I do want to make an AMV to this, because it's just like I've had these just in my playlist on my phone for like years now, and I just want to like actually I've just never really decided to make like AMVs out of it. And this one is A Heart by Kenichiro Nishihara, which is one of my absolute favorite songs. The reason why I chose this was because of a irreplaceable moment I had in high school. So at my old high school, they had like this like little they had just this little like what's it called? They had this stage like back in a studio, and it was like, yeah, every Fridays you students didn't just come and perform. They can like sing songs that they know, or they can just perform stuff that they've made. And I remember this was the first time where it was just like, because I was like anxious as hell. I had never like really done anything on this level, and I just did it, and I performed this song in particular, and I remember it so vividly because the song just cut out on that last third of it. And I said, and I just, in my mind, I just went, fuck it, acapella. And I just did it, and I just got a crowd going around for me.
Oh, damn, that's pretty good.
I love it, and I always remember it because in my mind, I was just thinking, what the fuck do I do now I'm at the song? Drop the mic. The teacher was like, you know what, that's cool, but you still drop my mic.
That is so fair.
It's like, yeah, you know what, kudos for actually going acapella and everything, but bro, don't drop my fucking mic next time. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I just wanted to do it once, I'm sorry. But yeah. So yeah.
Peace world. H-E-R, we be hard and so proud and bold. H-E-R, we be hard and so proud and bold. H-E-R, we be hard and so proud and bold.
Like this one was the easier one of the easier ones I've done because I knew specifically the kind of image I wanted to go for it. Because I had this song in my head for years. Like I got this song off of like a back when do you remember the days of like fucking Blame It on the Pop or whatever? Like those like end of the year mashups of like pop music.
Yeah, I know something like that.
Yeah, there was something like that. There was somebody I remember that made an AMV set to that song, and at some point, like the AMV kept going to the point where they were just like, you know what, I'm switching it out for this song in particular, and I'm just like, that's where I heard it from. So, like, definitely at this point, I think either 2009 or 2010, whenever that AMV was made. But yeah, that's where I heard this. So I just had this song in my back pocket for years, and it has still been one of my favorite songs to this day. So it was just like I just had this idea for the MV.
Heart and soul, proud and music need a little more heart, little more soul. Either too hot or a little too cold. Way too many shallow verses, nothing deep, grab the surface. Too weak to be defined as timeless, so we gotta guide these blinded rhymers away from the shiny diamonds and fancy coats. Show 'em what matters most. Rappers post, stunt and show ball, scared to be looked at as something so trying to be hard, but they hardly real. Make so-called music you hardly feel. That's why they leave a lot left to be desired. So I try to write to rekindle the fire, lifting it higher. The simple man with a pen, trying to get
Those
you
were pretty
something
good
you can feel
transitions.
again.
Yeah, I definitely, because again, this is like the videos I made in 2018. I could already tell had some really like solid, like I did some really solid editing job considering I was just using an Android tablet, but like it was more so like because I was more so kind of in its own way taking a little break from doing AMVs for 2018, obviously. So coming back to this, it was just like I knew exactly what I wanted. I had a fuck ton of anime now that I could use and that I wanted to use, and it was just like it just everything just flowed solidly, and I was just happy.
So-called music you hardly feel. That's why they leave a lot left to be desired. So I try to write to rekindle the fire, lifting it higher. The simple man with a pen, trying to give you something you can feel again. He who's in love with the art should know it's always best to come from the heart. When the music don't feel the same, need to let the world feel your pain. He who's in love with the art should know it's always best to come from the heart. When the music don't feel the same, need to let the world feel your pain. And they love to hear it.
It's an obvious transition, but the way it's positioned, just I love it.
Need to let the world feel your pain.
Just like the way they're positioned just feels like they're just so close to one another that it's just it fits.
When the music don't feel the same, need to let the world feel your pain. And they love to hear it, constructing lyrics to touch the spirit. So fresh and inspired the hopeless.
I'm not even gonna lie, when you did that, I really didn't know it was a transition like that. Obvious.
Yeah, like
or maybe
stuff.
It was just
like stuff like that. Again, it's just like when you do things right, people won't be sure you did anything at all.
When the music don't feel the same, need to let the world feel your pain.
Because I didn't even see the glitch, and I was like,
yeah.
oh my god.
Like stuff like that, for instance, is obvious, but also it just kind of works.
Yeah, that was like smooth as heck.
Again, I like the pairing with the transitions mixed with like the colors used in every video file I was using. Like this has more red and black to it. Cut to the P5 opening, you have more black and red. It's just it just fits.
I share my gift while you vibe to a stare and drift. In a space, take your mind on a damn trip to a place music nowadays never ventures. Embrace the experience, let me enter the next adventure. Remains a mystery. Then I paint a picture to stain your memory and secure my place in history. In your heart, I stay convinced of me. He who's in love with the art.
Yeah, again, like at this point, I feel
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I feel Vivid Video absolutely had a lot more better transitions that I was taking advantage of, because at the time, there was only so many that it had that were just obvious transitions. Like, they were like, it's kind of the transitions you would see like in a YouTube video where it's just, where it was just like, yeah, we are hosting game tournament kind of transitions, which are cool, but it's just like, it's
Yeah,
not what I
pretty much
really
live.
Yeah, it's just not what I really need for this right now. But then you just had transitions like this that move with emotion. So if I recall correctly, I don't remember exactly, but I recall correctly, I think Blue Exorcist around either 2018 or 2019 it was probably around 2018, but it got its second season, and I was just like, I wanted to use more of it. Also, yeah, this anime is Katana Gatari, one of the anime now that you can't actually watch legally because, hey Arashi, it's one of the anime, Katana Gatari, one of the anime now you just can't watch legally. And I think I've mentioned that before, but
Wait, you can't watch it legally?
You can't really. Like, it used to, but it's just like one, the series is incredibly old, but two, like, the handling of the physical release was so shit that it's at this point, it's just better to find it in other forms of streaming it that I won't necessarily say here, but I'm pretty sure people will just be able to find it wherever. Anyway. Wait, hold on. Okay, I was like, was that no, that was all from Face. So I'm like, that cut is actually so good, but I'm just like, no, that's original. And again, it's just like, you can definitely tell my mindset here is very much working with motion. So it's just like, the explosion expanding, I need something to help, like, move, like, keep the motion going.
I was told not to hold back and procrastinate to use for healing. Say things that you ain't used to hearing. Don't believe everything the news revealing. So I grab mics and use speakers to expose gems for the true seekers. Cause it just might be the
and then I just put just a shot of Kiritsugu dying because yeah, fuck him.
Cause it just might be the future leaders. Erasing all doubt, make true believers. So you and me, all is possible. Self-pride can't make y'all
or Kodomine, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a fucking asshole.
Peace is a must, war is optional. He who's in love with the art should know it's always best to come from the heart. When the music don't feel the same, need to let the world feel your pains. He who's in love with the art should know it's always best to come from the heart. When the music don't feel the same, need to let
yeah, again, like, just the usage of transitions. Just, I'm paying attention more to the motions, to the animations. Because that's just solid. Going from Fate to Blue Exorcist like that. It's like, look at that! You can't fucking tell! Because it just works so fucking well with each other. Yeah, it just works so well. Should know it's always best to come from the heart. When the music don't feel the same, need to let the world feel your pains. He who's in love with the art should know it's always best to come from the heart. When the music don't feel the same, need to let the world feel your pains. Also, just 100% that was intentional. Just fucking throw the cat. Boom! Just bomb! Oh man. Yeah, just 100% like it was just like a song I had in my back pocket, and as soon as I was doing it, I was just like, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew how I wanted to approach it. I knew the vibe I wanted to go for, and just every cut that I was trying to do was go more and more with keeping the motion going. It kind of like the mindset towards the editing was that it's just like, think of it like water, where it's just like a stream of water. It continuously goes and goes and goes. Very little does a water stream ever just stop. It just stops and just goes straight into another direction or jerking it. I like it when just fucking editing just absolutely just fits in with one another as if all these different cuts just blend together to make a single cut. I love it. Oh yeah, and this was the last outro I did. Which I think this was all done in like, okay, so top to bottom, I think, well, the logo itself was done in like Autodesk Sketchbook, but all of this is just, hey, here's images of shows I was kind of into at the time and whatnot. Go through a photo collage app and just put it all together. And the music is Layback by Lotus Juice. So this one in particular is another favorite of mine because it is around like an absolute like stellar song. Some people might like just hear me say or hear me put like online sometimes the phrase "Long live Seba Jun." Yeah, the reason for that is because Seba Jun was the artist known as Nujabes, and he has made some stellar music. Like anybody who has ever watched Samurai Champloo, yeah, he's responsible for a lot of the music in that. And this song in particular, Feather, was one of my, it still is my favorite song from him. And I was just like, you know what I want to do? I want to, I want to make an AMV out of this. And I was just like, I wanted to go more with sort of the vibes I got with it. But again, keeping in line with what I was doing with Heart, it's just, I knew what I wanted for this AMV as soon as I started working on it. Just like, it's just like, it's like watching these later AMVs I'm looking at them. It's just like it's like watching the interior of a clock. It's like in your mind you're thinking of the possibility of any one of those cogs just hitting and then just jamming. But the fact that all of them are perfectly aligned, just connect with one another, and just move in a circle, never breaking motion or formula. It's just it's intriguing to watch, and I feel that's sort of the vibe I wanted to go with some of these later AMVs, honestly.
You'll laugh when I tell you, or write it off as a fairy tale. It couldn't possibly be.
And I think for this specifically, the reason like why I liked it so much was because I used a lot of shows that I think to this day still I actually do genuinely love, like a lot of films and a lot of movies.
Light as a feather when I'm floating through, reading through the daily news, measuring the hurt within the golden rule. Centimeters of ether, I'm heating the speaker.
Also, I also did this song live on stage at my school too.
Teacher with words that burn people, singing the headlines line with discord. It's either genocide or the planet in uproar. Never good. The rules in paradise are never nice. The best.
It wasn't really a particular like because the vibe I was just going for was just beauty. The vibe I was just going for was beauty. Like last one, it was very much going with the flow and the just kind of the idea of flow. This one, I think I was going for more just beauty. And I just looked at a number of shows either I was into at the time, still am, or just consider my favorite, and just going, what is some of the like the best images that come to mind when I like listen to this song and then put it together with this anime.
Plans of mice and men are never right. I'm just a vagabond with flowers for Algernon, an average Joe who knows what the fuck is going on. It's the hope of my thoughts that I travel upon, fly like an arrow of God until I'm gone. So drifting away like a feather in
Inozuku, I barely used this show at all when I was, I think this actually did just come out at the time. But it's definitely a really good show around, essentially desire. The idea of sort of finding your own path in life and everything and being an artist, so on and so forth. And Yeah, it has a lot to do around stuff like anxiety and peer pressure.
Letting my words take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator. Riding the escalator to the something that is greater. So I'm drifting away like a feather in air. Letting my soul take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator. Riding the escalator to the something that is greater.
Taking chances, word tap dancing with wolves in an ice arena out there deep in the woods of Arizona. The sun be out, life's ironic, ain't it? Trying to be Dali when I write
lying,
some
April.
real life up painted vivid. Habitat crazy insane, watching propaganda 6 o'clock news and insane. Cultures clash.
Aside from my thought process behind it, there's like very little I feel I'm gonna have much in terms of like nitpicks or criticism regarding this, because it's just like this is damn near close to, a lot of this is gonna be damn near close to what I would put out today is the thing.
White trash, they rebel in the cyberspace that might crash dash to millennium, a million miles of running at the speed of now.
Also, definitely, I think I've said this with 2018, but very like as this year goes on, it's going to be very evident. Ruby is going to be gone. Ruby's going to be gone in these AMVs because this is definitely around the time where I really started to fall out of interest with it.
I don't return gunning, Rambo style gun hold child gunning, ambo plow 2 times loud stunning. When they hit ya, lift you off the earth like, hey yo, take you right back to earth. And niggas wonder why, they might wonder why this shit might happen, but it does. It go
Drifting away like a feather in air. Letting my words take me away from the hurt and despair.
Damn, that was a
So
really
I'm
good
keeping it
transition right
vertical,
there.
Yeah, right?
but it does. It go
drifting away like a feather in air. Letting my words take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator. Riding the escalator to the something that is greater. So I'm drifting away like a feather in air. Letting my soul take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator. And the escalator to the something that is greater. Treat you better than me, cause that's the heavenly key to unlock the
It's like this song is very just well, here's the thing, like, because New to Best's music is the precursor to lo-fi music, yeah, absolutely, and it hits the vibes right, and it was just like it was so easy to figure out what I wanted with this.
The strength for my essence will be. It's the knowledge of self, understanding of the things around me that becomes the wisdom that I need. Living this life to the best of my ability, channeling energy to my thoughts, attain symmetry. Remember me? Because my prose remain gold. I got the gift of gab like them pimps and cane goals. It never ends. I keep it rolling like a cipher. The first caveman bringing fire, innovating it higher to plasma states. I raise the stakes. It's double or nothing in this vacuum. Space I will survive divine to time to cry. Fuck a hold to hide, I'm alive for pride. And I drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Singing this will be the day that I die.
Yeah, it was just 100%. That video was just 100% just like I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to go in with, and everything is just yeah. I got no real like notes on like what to criticize or anything. It's just like the more I go through just the later years, the more I realize just less cringe it really becomes. Yeah, and like again, just for present company included, anyone wondering, hey, why are you skipping this? It's just because the ending clips are just from anime. That's it. There's nothing special about it. Okay. So, bit of confession, this one actually you can still watch. I actually uploaded this on my second channel because I was just sitting around one day, I was just thinking, huh. And I was just like, why don't I just like, bring some things that I did back in the day onto my second channel because it's just full of shitposts and whatnot. And so I just posted this. I had a whole Blackrock Shooter AMV I did in 2018, which I thought was wholly pointless. It was this cringy teen shit, like quote-unquote original story that was ripping off the entirety of that fucking anime. This was going more in the lens of, like, I think, better understanding what I wanted, which was taking the series and like pretty much doing the exact same thing, but just changing it ever so slightly to the point where it actually it actually is a lot better in terms of context, because this was literally just the idea of like Dragon Maid being nothing more than a dream to a girl, and then it turns out in the end it wasn't a dream. She got just going back to reality where she got mad drunk and then befriended a dragon. But the idea throughout most of this is just literally she just got mad drunk and then just thought she fell asleep and just thought her whole life was just around dragons. That's pretty much the vibe. Also, 100% the reason for this major inspiration was because of the video Pixel Galaxy, which is 100%, it gives 100%, it just gives nothing but Dragon Maid vibes. So I was just like, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, and that's where the dream starts. Dragons mentioned legally required. Dragons mentioned legally required to remind you Marco was bleeding out. Okay, this is one thing I will criticize. This cut went on way too long. It did not need to be this long. I really felt like I could have thrown something in here or like just cut to something else. Because it just lingers for a little too long, and it's entirely because of timing. Pretty much that's all that is to it. It's Hold up. This is definitely where I started to add more of just anime audio and sound effects. It's interesting just how pretty much there's so much context kept in with the actual story that I was able to do with this, but at the same time just, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's interesting how this is able to be a cohesive story without actually, like, hearing any of the dialogue or knowing anything about Dragon's Maid. I have a weird grudge against the series and I have no idea why. Either it was it because of Connor or whatever the little dragon girl was called? Either that or the dragons who are just big titted girls.
Because I mean, like, I didn't start watching this show until like 2 years ago. I just hated it for no reason.
I've been a Kill Annie fan for a long while, like especially during these years, so I knew about it. I liked it fine enough. Yeah. I saw the biggest thing was the whole thing run the Lolicon jokes. I finished the entire season 1 and loved it. Then I don't know why. I just got a big grudge, like a certain, in season 2, like a certain character triggered. Yeah, just dragons with big tits. Not to mention, short stack dragon with big tits.
Oh my god, you can't cope.
It should have been me, like not her. It's not fair. Yeah, relatively, like, just with the idea of making this basically... That's one of the gayest series without explicitly being gay. Joke's on you. Fucking Kobayashi has actually confessed to Toru. Like, that has been in the manga for years. Like, she is gay. Again, this just has to be one of the easier videos to do because it was literally just, hey, take the video of Dragon's Maid, or take a video of Pixel Galaxy, and then combine it with Dragon's Maid, and it was just so easy to work off of.
It was still probably a pain just trying to get like all the clips to edit perfectly together.
Believe it or not actually, because it was very much because in the similar vein of the other two, I knew what I wanted for this, but it was very much just kind of me the idea here was me kind of just scrolling through different episodes. Okay, that's a good clip. Use that. It was just like, okay, I needed a clip of this character here. Oh, here's a clip of this character here. Perfect. Add that in. It was very much that. The one thing I will say is criticism here. Again, much like that scene from earlier, I really wish I would have done something different here because it just goes on for a little too long in my opinion. Just holding on the scene.
Fair enough. I mean, hey, we're only working with like season 1.
And then this is what actually happened. I still love to this day because I made a fucking video of just like Chibidoki. Hatsune Miku! Just her burping fire just in it. It just worked so well with what I needed. Smug was just like, hey, can you make a video of like what you've been doing just with Chibidoki? Just with that, and I'm just like, perfect. I know exactly what I want for that. Suddenly start playing with my inhaler like it's a fidget toy. I guess that's a vibe my videos give off. Also, again, another scene that just hangs on for too long. Just that. It's just like, I feel like I could have added something more to that. The toughest thing here was because this was either part of some of the episodes that were Black Flashes or part of the episodes that were very much like Toru at this point just kind of went home and she had to go on with her life. It was tough because I had to find clips that did not have Kana in them to imply that all of that never, quote-unquote, never happened. And I somehow made it work. And that, you can even tell, like, over here, like, it was pretty much, I just went in with, like, a paint filler tool and just made a lot of this transparent. If I recall correctly, this in particular is just, I think, a silhouette. I forget if it was official or not, but I think it was a silhouette of just Kana. I think that's it. I forget if it was official or not. Yeah, and then by the end of it, I also linked to Snail's House and Pixel Galaxy because that was the biggest inspiration for this.
I'm spending all my time for watching. Wanna take me running straight, till the night is up. I'm get it. I don't know if I'm not making this shit for 3 years. I'm in the same damn